Mr. Truck here with an MPG loop. We're going to see what my new truck is, which is a 2018 Ford F150 Crew Cab Super Crew with a 3.5 EcoBoost twin turbo and 10-speed automatic. Try to see what the long-term fuel mileage is tank to tank. So that's what we're doing. Drove out here to eastern Colorado, at least 100 miles one way. So we'll see what the mileage is and what the fuel mileage is. So come join us for the review.
If you have a short bed truck, you know it's not easy to hook up to a gooseneck. Pop-Up came out with these extensions from 9 inches to 16 inches to keep you from breaking out your back window when you're pulling a gooseneck trailer. And everybody uses a short bed. That's the most proper truck there is a crew cab short bed. So protect that window.
Okay, I'm going to test my 2018 F150 EcoBoost for fuel mileage. Now I'm going to use premium. That's what it says to do when you're hot outside or when you have a trailer. So I'm going to do that for this performance. Normally I run the middle grade, except when it's hot or when I'm pulling a trailer. So anyway, there we go. Moving the nozzle, and I'm going to punch 91. Setting, okay, 283 now. And I like these capless fuels, but everybody's got them. I was worried about dirt, but actually this does pretty good. I wouldn't put it on diesel that I had out on the farm on a dirt road all the time though. I took my toolbox out, got this thing stripped down like it was when I first bought it. Took all the weapons and ammunition. Just me and my truck. This is a 36-gallon tank, so I ought to be able to get almost 600 miles. Oh, there's the click. Now, got to do this 30-second thing. And we'll run it again, make sure all the air's out of the line and that we have a full tank. Okay, just about been a minute. Tick, 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 tick. There we go. Tick, tick. And I'll click it up again. Boom. There we go. Getting ready for a loop-to-loop. Let's see, I'll write down my mileage. Yeah, I have a pen with me. Okay, it's the last day of March. 3,029. 0. Okay. Writing all this stuff down. And we'll go down the road. We're going to do, I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be probably almost a 200-mile loop. But let's find out what this old 3.5 EcoBoost does. Well, this has a 36-gallon tank, this F-150 2018 EcoBoost 10-speed. And it shows that I can go 595 miles. So if I got really good fuel mileage, I can get 600 miles out of a tank, which is really cool. To be able to go that far. But we'll find out. We're going to go to Akron, which is, you know, gosh, 70 and 30. It's close to 100 miles and then 100 miles back. Most of it's going to be highway with the cruise control. Some of it will be in the city at, you know, 30 miles an hour, that kind of thing. Then so we'll have a really good fuel mileage meter with mostly highway miles. Here, go to on. I'm going to set it at 70 miles an hour. Get it up to 70. I'm going to hit the set button. And then I can use the up and down. See a little green thing anyway. I got it set 69. Go up 1, got to 70. Probably see it there. Now I'm all set. Well, this 2018, I just bought it in December, it's 2 months ago. 3.5, 10-speed, dual injection, 355 rear end, 20-inch tires, and it's rated on the highway at 23 miles a gallon, which is like the best in its class. And in the city, it's rated 17, combined is 19. But that's what it says, right on the Moroni, right on the Moroni. But anyway, I like this engine. I almost would have got a 3/4 10 if I could have got a 10-speed. I would have done a lot of things, but I really like the idea of a 10-speed. And the ratios between gears, they're close together, so it doesn't take much effort to get to the next gear. I think that helps your fuel mileage, helps your power, helps your towing. But this is 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. And this particular truck, I can tow 12,800 pounds. Payload 1677, 1,677. But yeah. These twin turbos, they put out like 15 pounds of boost. But it's quiet, smooth. And of course, it's a crew cab. It's short bed, 5.5 foot bed. But so kind of fuel mileage is, according to the computer, we're getting up to 22.4 with the cruise control doing 70 miles an hour, cruising down the interstate. Of course, we're going to go uphill, downhill, and all that. It's fairly flat out here, but there are a few hills. In eastern Colorado, we're going to go from basically Brighton to Akron. Now, Akron, I think it's a 4,700 feet elevation. It's the highest point between here and I think it's McCook, Nebraska. That's how the railroad used to figure everything. You'd go from one high point to another high point, and that's where you'd have your roundhouse and your main railroad facilities to change cars and all that stuff. And that's what Akron was. It was a big railroad hub for a while. It had a roundhouse where they would put cars in this round thing and spin them around and load them on another train, and that's how they did it. And you had depots there where all the railroad workers stayed, and the engineers and the conductors and all that. And they could buy tickets there. It was a big thing. And but that's what it was. They go from a high point to a high point. So the train gets a good run taking off. But anyway, so what kind of fuel mileage this gets, because I've done the one with the computer test. Like what it's showing now, 22.6. But we want to see what's like tank to tank, and combining a bit of city and highway, mostly highway. It'll be about 90% highway. So it should be a pretty realistic number of what I would get normally on my normal week. So that's what's interesting. Because I've done a lot of stuff with TFL truck on fuel mileage, trying to see what all they do. And I think this is the best one for an empty truck on fuel mileage. But I've seen the GM with the 6.2 and the Hemi 5.7 and the e-torque Hemi get better fuel mileage than this Ford does with a trailer, with a load, which is interesting. Which would be more important to me on a heavy-duty truck. But if you're towing a lot with your half-ton, that's something to look at. Most people don't tow as often with, say, the half-ton class, the 1500s, the 150s, than they do with their heavy duties, the 250s and 2500s. So anyway, there's a lot to look at to make your own choices on which truck's going to work for you. But I want to bring you more data, on a long-term test on this truck. Of course, if I get the hill damage pulled out here, I don't know if I get it worse or better. It's like divots on a golf ball. Maybe it's getting better fuel mileage because of those hill dents. But I don't know. I'm going to take them out anyway. A lot to do with this truck this spring. Got to put big sticker on the door. Gonna try to probably put a gooseneck hitch in the back and put towing mirrors on this. It's when you do like I do, try to get the best deals at the end of the year. You don't always get every option you want, which then I have to make up for it, buy them afterwards. But anyway, beautiful day in the neighborhood. Last day of March. We're going to have green grass here in just a couple of weeks. So, yeah, we're 22.7, so we're probably going downhill a little bit, but we'll see how this all works out. putting some premium in here. Where is it? There we go. At $2.83. Come on, LEDs, focus. Yeah, $2.83.9. See how many gallons we can get off of this rascal. 91 octane. Wow. Okay. Used a little more than 8.29 gallons. Looks like I went 190.2, and it showed me at 23.1, 23.2. Oh, look at that. I can go 700 miles before I'm empty now. I mean, the fuel mileage really jumped up there. So let's see, on 190.2 miles, we'll actually do my real calculations off of the odometer there. Come into focus. Well, that's good. It shows we went 190.2. So anyway, it shows 191 is what my pencil drawing says. There we go. 191 is what my numbers show. And the odometer here shows 190.2. So we're going to call that very close. Now, let's figure out what MPG is. By tank to tank. Well, that's pretty good. I took 191 miles and I divided it by 8.299 gallons, and there's the number, 2301. So with the cruise on at 70 miles to the gallon on the highway, and then I was in towns. I was in Brighton and Fort Morgan and Brush and Akron, through all those towns. So you're looking at about 10% of the time I was doing city driving, and then 90% of the time I was on the highway with cruise control. So, you know, cruise control at 70 miles an hour. So that's 191 miles. That's pretty good. 23 miles to the gallon. That's uphill, downhill, all over, flat, and quite a few hills we climbed up, quite a few hills we rode down. That tickles me to death, because this one on the highway, which is probably tested at 70 miles an hour, it shows 23, and that's exactly what I'm getting. It shows 17 in city, 19 combined. So this is really close to a combined number there. Just a few more, you know, it's got more highway miles than city miles, but I'm very pleased at 23.01 miles to the gallon. Wow, Ford, you did pretty good with this F-150 with the 3.5 EcoBoost 10-speed dual injection 2018. The puppy is only 3 months old, doing pretty good. Well, I just filled up after I got back to Brighton, and I'm very happy with the fuel mileage. I went 191 miles, and I used 8.299 gallons. That's all we use is 8.299 gallons. And that's 191 miles, and that is 90% of the time I was on the highway with cruise control, doing 70 miles an hour, and I went through 4 little towns. Of course, in those little towns, I was probably doing 30 miles an hour with no cruise control. So that's kind of a city and a highway combined, not, you know, a 50-50 combined, but say 10% city, 90% on the highway, interstate, 70 miles an hour, cruise control, and I've got 23 miles to the gallon, just a hair over 23. So, very impressed with the fuel mileage on this 3.5 10-speed, and it's the second year of this second generation 3.5 with dual injection and a 355 axle ratio, of course empty, cruising down the road, just me in it. You know, I'm 260 pounds, but I took the toolbox out, took all my ammunition out, and I got 23. That's very, very good. This is rated at 23 on the highway and 19 combined, and 17 in the city. So, I mean, this is very good. This is exactly what I wanted, because I'm using this truck as a car. My daughter totaled out my wife's car, and there's no reason to replace it. I'm not a car guy, so this truck here has to do both duties. It has to tow trailers and transport me all over the country. So, 23, I am very, very happy with my EcoBoost. Here, Brighton, elevation is about 5,000 feet above sea level. And I drove to Akron, which is the highest point between here and I think it's North Platte, Nebraska, or McCook, Nebraska, one of those big railroad places. But so that was the peak. And they're about 4,300 feet. So went from about 5,000 to 4,300 feet. That's downhill. Then, of course, I came back uphill from 4,300 feet to 5,000 feet. That was a really good test. And it was a pretty calm day, not windy, nothing on the road. So this is good.